Yo guys, what's going on? It's Duel Unlocked here, and today's deck is going to be Branded Dogmatika. I think this deck is the most underrated deck in the new box. This deck actually can put up some pretty nice boards, and it can win a lot of games that you wouldn't expect. I think a lot of people wrote this deck off, but it's actually a little bit better than people expected. The one thing I'll say is that if you didn't have to send a card back for the skill, I think this would be definitely meta viable. But I think it's a high rogue deck for now. But we're gonna go and get into all of this. We cogged with this deck list, you guys can see, and it's pretty good. So first off, we have the One of Ascended. I was running 2 of these, but I did cut it down for a copy of Nexus here. The reason why we're running Nexus is because for the skill, you have to have a Dogmatika or a Albaz, and we just kept drawing. Well, we didn't keep drawing. A few different times, we would not draw either of that. So I decided to run another copy of a Dogmatika. And the reason why we chose... So we're running 3 Ecclesia, 3 Virtuous, or, 3 Ecclesia, 3 Fleur-de-Lis, 1 Nexus. The reason why it's Nexus instead of any other Dogmatika is because you want it to be 2,500 or more, and that is to be able to summon the Titania-clad Ash Dragon. So you see 1 monster with 2,500 or more. That features the Nexus. Nexus also works for the light, which is the Albion, the Branded Dragon. So 1 Ascended, 1 Nibiru, triple Ecclesia, triple Veiler, triple Shrouded Dragon, triple Fleur-de-Lis, triple Albaz, 1 Nexus, triple Cosmic, 1 Branded Bond, triple Branded in white, 1 Starving Venom. The card that I was playing before this was the other, I think it was Spread, so you could try that one out. I never summoned really either of these. You could also play Dingirsu. Dingirsu is another option. I don't own a Dingirsu, so... 1 Dracostapelia, double Ash Dragon, double Furious Dragon, double Branded Dragon, and Seals. Seals is the MVP of this deck. It makes this deck a lot better than what it would be without Seals. So yeah, that is gonna be the deck. We're gonna exit without saving because we already have the deck here. I got a lot of replays for you guys to show you the deck, so here we go. I've been saving them quite a bit. Let's go with... So this was versus Dragon Maid. Let's start off with the mirror match. We'll be here all day if I'm showing you every replay I did. So this is going to be the mirror match. We're going to be going first. I'll show you the nice line here. Branded Journey versus Branded Journey. So our hand is Albion, Fleur-de-Lis, Veiler, and the Ascendant. So we're going to skill to bounce back the Albion and get Branded in white. What your skill does is it sends 2 Albaz from your deck to the grave. So we send Shrouded Dragon and Albaz, and then it also adds Branded in white to your hand by sending a card from your hand to the grave. So what we send, or from your hand to the deck. So we send the Shrouded to the deck, send Albaz and Shrouded to the grave, and add Branded in white to hand. So we're just going to activate the Branded in white, and we go in for the Branded Dragon. You see we use the Fleur-de-Lis for the light, and then we go Branded Dragon effect into the Ash Dragon, and then we'll make Seals. And then end phase, this is important. So this is why the Seals is like the MVP of the deck, because he can deal with both of these. And Ecclesia, so now you have a negate with the Fleur-de-Lis. And then you'll also be grabbing... Well, I ask you if you want to set the Branded Bond to the field. You do not want to set it, you want to keep it, you want to bring it to your hand. The reason why you want to bring it to your hand is because you want it for discard fodder for when you special summon Albaz. So that is the turn 1, you guys can see. And they're going to go and use their cards. Also, if you go second and only your opponent controls a monster, you get a free branded bond, I believe, to your... Yeah, you get a free branded bond. So Branded in white, summon Albion, the Branded Dragon. We're gonna go and negate that. That is very key to negate. This is what you want to negate versus Branded, because it's pretty insane. So they're gonna Xyz summon into Dingirsu. We're gonna Veiler this. And then they do have the branded bond, so they're gonna summon the Albaz effect. We're gonna Seals here, and they're gonna just go ahead and scoop it up. So that's gonna be game number 1. Let's go to game number 2. I think, is this the same one? This might be another replay versus branded. Just branded mirrors. But yeah, it did take me a little bit to get used to the deck, but once it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Nowhere near as complicated as Shadow. You could say that. Alright, so Branded Journey. We're going second this time, so let's see what they do. Branded in white. They make Furious Dragon. They don't even go for it. Maybe they felt the Baylor. So we're gonna Cosmic. We're gonna go Branded Journey, get the Branded Bond. And then we'll grab the Branded in white. So we're gonna normal summon Albaz effect. Furious Dragon's gonna pop it, so that means all the monsters are popped. But that allows us to just go in for our fusion, and then we go in for our own Furious Dragon in the EMZ. So now we can go Ecclesia effect. It's gonna get Punishment. So you're gonna go Punishment, send Entus effect to pop. We're gonna summon Fleur-de-Lis before they pop that, so now that is lethal. Branded Bond as well, but they have a Kite-Roy, so they do survive, unfortunately. But then we get to add Branded Bond to our hand because of the Branded Dragon effect. They're gonna grab their own Branded Bond, use it here, and they're just gonna crash. They can't really summon anything because of Punishment, so that was the main reason why you don't want to run Punishment or Maximus in this deck, I believe. Neither of them are that great, so do keep that in mind. Alright, so here, let's go versus the one versus Utopia next. I believe this was like a pretty interesting one, or maybe this was one where they pricked, I don't know. Zexal Power 2, Branded Journey. They're gonna go first. Oh, we have Nibiru, that's what it is. Yeah, if you have more copies of Nibiru, you could play them as well. I only owned one. So... yeah, they actually have a pretty insane board. They're gonna grab Twin Sabers. And before, as soon as they summon this, it's because they have the Twin Sabers, I'm Nibiruing. And then the token. So, unfortunately, you don't get the other part of the skill when you do Nibiru, so keep that in mind as well, because you have a monster on your field. So we're gonna go Albion effect, goes into Furious Dragon effect to attempt to pop. It's gonna get Ascended, so it's gonna get negated. We're gonna go into Seals then, and then Albion grabs the Branded. We're gonna pass, because we can't out our own Nibiru token. But it's all good. So they are gonna go grab. Because this also messes with them for their cards too. So I feel like all we have to do is deal with that Utopia. They're gonna summon that, send that away. We're gonna use Seals effect to send that. They're gonna grab Xyz Reflect. Seals will summon out the Albaz, and then Albaz can fuse into the Branded Dragon. Branded Dragon can then go into Furious Dragon. And that's gonna be GG's. Taking down Utopia. Yeah, I'll show you guys the Subterror one as well. I'll show you guys as many replays as possible. I did save a lot. So we're gonna be going first again. Branded Journey. Nemesis of the Terrors. So, skill. We're gonna use the skill to get another Predaplant in white. Fuse and summon. You always want to go Albion, and then Albion, if you're going first, into the Ash Dragon, and then make Seals. We're gonna get the Bond as well, and then we get Ecclesia. So we have a target negate, and we have another negate. And we have Seals bounce, and then Albaz as well after that. So they're gonna go Guru, set the Hidden City. Fiendus effect, we're gonna attempt to negate. They're gonna use their own Fiendus, then we're gonna use our spears to bring back that Fiendus. Then they're gonna go Cave Clash, Hidden City, grab Umastrix, and then they're just gonna pass because they've already used their normal. We do get the Cosmic Cyclone, we get the Albaz, we get the Branded in White. We're gonna fuse off again into the Branded Dragon effect, into Furious. We're gonna go in, Tears of the Overroot. It's gonna be targeting. We're gonna use the Ascended to negate. And that will be GG's. Pretty nice. So then I guess I'll show you still so many replays I saved. Kind of want to. All right, we'll show you this one too. All right, so as you can see, we're on a winning streak. 3-win streak here. We did pretty well with the deck. We went like 18-5 or 19-5 or something like that. The only we lost 2 Cog Cups unfortunately before the third one finally came through. But as you guys can see, it's pretty simple. Same thing here. We go Seals, and we're gonna do that to grab the Cosmic. Ecclesia, grab Fleur de Lis. Albion, grab Branded in White. Tachyon and Nebula. Mind Control, we're gonna use the Seals to send that back. Seals effect to grab you. Nebula. Now at this point, they have Tachyon, so I know they have like Counter Trap. So they're gonna put the Counter Trap. Oh, they don't have Counter Trap. They go for this, which I think is pretty weird. I'm like, all right, sure. We will use the Fleur de Lis, the Knighted, to negate that. They're gonna go for Photon Dragon effect to try and pop. We're gonna use Veiler. And then they're gonna go in, send 2. We go for 1, we get Droplets. I think I would prefer to get the other one, but we're gonna go Branded in White to the Albion Dragon. It is the Tachyon Transmigration. We definitely would have preferred to hit the other one there. But Shrouded is just going to go in there. We're going to set the Branded Bond. They're going to attempt to pop us again. We're going to use Veiler. And here's where they messed up. They did not realize that they could just make Dingirsu here. So we did kind of get a little lucky here. They go Spiral. I thought it was over. But they go for the Hieratic instead. And then they can't out the Ecclesia. So now we can go Branded, Fallen of Albaz, go into this one, then that goes into Furious. And that is GG's. So now we'll go versus Predaplant, Heroes, and then another Utopia. Alright, so next game versus Predaplants. We're gonna be going second. I think the deck does do pretty well going first as long as you don't get Veilered, and it has a pretty insane for going second as well. So we'll fast forward the Predaplant's turn. There you go. Predaplants. It's not like the craziest board. They didn't have the Fusion Recycling Plant, which was a little weird. Fusion Recovery. Alright, so that's all we have to deal with. We're gonna go Branded Journey, Branded Bonds, and then we're gonna use Skill, Branded Bond effects. They're gonna negate with Draco's Stapelia. That's all good. We're gonna use Branded in White. We all have a feeling that we all know what the set card is, Predaplast. It is in fact Predaplast. So they will negate us here as well. I'm gonna normal summon Albaz. I think what I should have done is maybe I could have made Seals there. If I make Seals after normal summoning, then I go into this, and it cleared that. Yeah, that probably would have been a little bit better. because there already is a counter, but then they just... Yeah, that would have probably been better there. So, do keep that, you can do that in mind. So we are going to try and attempt to clear that, and we go in for that. Bipless is going to grab Scorpio, they're going to go Saracenian, I'm just going to go and take it out, because we do have another negate with Fleur de Lis. Predaplant, Red and White's going to get reset. Bipless, they're going to go Poly. I do not care if they banish us here, they're going to do that. I'm like, sure. I'll save it for the other cards. And for some reason, I thought this was normal summon, but they didn't normal summon it. So I was attempting to negate it, but I ended up negating this instead, so that was a misplay by me, but... You know, it's brain control's fine. They actually can't out the Fleur de Lis, and then they just surrender. Time limit win. So now Heroes, and then Utopia to finish it off for our Cog rank up. Dragonic Contacts, Branded Journey. So yeah, they're attempting to... They didn't draw Stratos, so that's good for us. They're gonna set the Arm Dragon, grab the Super Poly. And weirdly enough, I don't think they set anything. Oh no, they set 2. Okay. We just drew double Cosmic, that's what it was. So pretty nice draws by us. They're gonna Cosmic 1, they're gonna Cosmic 2. That's pretty nice, because that Cursed Seal could have been disastrous for us. We're gonna go Branded Bond, and they're gonna DD Crow. The thing about Branded Bond is that it also summons from Banished, and they're like, nope, I'm out. You special summon one of your fallen alibis that is banished in your hand or in the grave. So I actually was like, oh my goodness, of course I get DD Crow, but then I realized, oh, I just summoned it from the Banished. Let's go. So yeah, this is going to be the final replay here. This is going to be versus Utopia. This was our Cog rank up. This one was a little bit of their opponent bricking, but what can you do, right? So yeah, this is just the Cog rank up. We can fast forward this. I was a little scared of Nibiru, but they literally just set one pass. We're just going to go kind of crazy here. Branded Journey. Branded in White, summon Albion, summon the Furious. I go after that back row because I have no idea what it is. And then we go in, 25, 18, and that is going to be GG's. That is our Cog rank up. You can see it if you want to see more of these replays, or you can check out the latest VOD on my channel. Should give you that. But yeah, this deck, underrated for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time.